Hello yogis, and welcome to your 60-minute happy hips with me, Michelle. Starting our practice in a nice, comfortable Shavasana posture. Taking up space. Inhale to take a deep belly breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Once more, just like this. Deep inhale. Audible exhale, letting it go. Allowing yourself to arrive on your mat. Your sacred place. And just starting to tune in to the natural rhythm of your breath. Feel the belly rise and fall with every inhale and exhale. Allowing the body to soften from head to toe. Surrendering and connecting into the mat and the earth beneath you. Maybe just starting to breathe in that grounding energy. Maybe the mind is still a little busy. Taking a few breaths in through the top of the cranium, behind the backs of the eyes. Softening through the fingers and the toes. Through the hips, the shoulders. And just enjoying a few more moments to soak in stillness. You have nowhere to rush off to, nowhere to be. Allowing the mind and your body to be fully present right here and right now. Taking this 1 hour to nourish you. Letting go of the outside world. Connecting in. Tuning in. The intention for today's practice may be to allow the body to move, to flow however it may need. There is no right or wrong way to indulge in your practice. Let's take 2 more big belly breaths in through the nose. Exhale back through the nose, pushing anything stale out of the body. Inhale, biggest breath of the day. Rich, fresh air, oxygen, energy. Exhale, push out anything stale. Back through the nose. Starting to bring small amounts of movement back into the body. Wiggling fingers and toes. Just really feeling into these small micro movements. Moving into wrists and ankles. Getting out any stiffness or cracks. Rotating in the opposite direction. Really be intentional with these movements. And then eventually a full body stretch. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead, pointing the toes forward. Finding length. Exhale, soften and drop here. Once more. Inhale, full body stretch, reaching long. Exhale, soften and drop. Cactusing the arms. Let's bring soles of feet to the mat. Knees are pointing nice and high to the sky. And just take 3 grounding breaths here. Feel back body connect down. Feel the mat underneath your feet. Maybe you wiggle the toes. Bringing a gentle smile to the face. Thanking yourself for being on your mat today. And from here, working through some windshield wipers. You can keep the arms up overhead, or you can bring them alongside body if it's irritating the shoulders. You walk the feet hip distance or mat distance apart. Take a nice inhale here. Exhale, spilling both knees over to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the left, spilling both legs down. And just working breath with movement at your own pace. Rotating from the right. Up and over to the left. A nice massage to our low back. Just starting to warm up the hips. And just taking this moment to check in. How does the body feel? Maybe starting to send some breath to the areas that feel a little tight. And last one here. Rotating from right up and over to the left side. Knees come back through center and into the chest for a nice squeeze. Take a hold of the tops of the shins, giving yourself a tight hug. Inhale, fill the belly. Maybe it presses against the tops of the thighs. Exhale, drawing the knees closer to the chest. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, release, squeezing tight. Last one. Beautiful, drawing the knees apart, guiding them closer towards the opposite shoulders. And just taking a couple breaths here. Nice and long through the spine. We're reaching through the crown of the head. Engaging the biceps to draw the knees a little bit closer. 2 more breaths here, yogis. Coming into butterfly circles, rotating the knees in one direction, guiding them in towards the chest, and then opening them away from one another. And once you come back through center, start to rotate in the opposite direction. Just checking in with the mobility of our hips. And then guiding them in towards the chest for a squeeze. Lowering the left sole of foot to the mat, right ankle connects onto the top of that left thigh. Coming into our reclined pigeon posture. The right hand can come to the inner right thigh and start to draw that knee and hip open and away. If you'd like to deepen, you can lift the left sole of foot off the mat, guiding the legs in towards the chest. Take a hold of the back of that left thigh. We're flexing through both feet to protect the knee. Maybe use that right elbow for added support to send that right leg away. Feeling a nice stretch through that outer right glute. And again here, I encourage you to get a little intuitive with your practice. If stillness is suiting you perfectly fine, breathing here. If the body is craving a little bit of movement, maybe bring a gentle and slow rock from side to side. Just feeling the different variations of the stretch. Tuning in to what the body is needing most. Inhale, guide the left sole of foot up to the sky, reaching through the heel. Get nice and long with that leg. Engaging the muscles behind the knee. 2 breaths. Breathing into the back of that left leg. As you exhale, lower that left sole of foot all the way down to the mat, keeping that reclined pigeon posture. Arms come out to a T or cactus, palms facing up. Exhale to spill both legs over to the left-hand side. Allow that right sole of foot to connect onto the floor. The right knee is still pointing nice and high to the sky. Just coming into a gentle twist to start our practice. The left hand, if you can reach, connects onto the top of that right ankle. And the head may gaze to the right. Notice if you're squeezing the hips, trying to hold yourself up. Take a nice exhale, sink a little deeper into the mat. Inhale, head comes back through center, followed by both legs. Uncross and come into a nice full body stretch, reaching long as you inhale. Exhale to soften. Just holding here for 2 breaths. Maybe checking in, noticing the right hip versus the left. Maybe you already feel a little bit of a difference. And soles of feet come back to the mat. Guiding the left ankle on top of that right thigh. Coming into the reclined pigeon. Arms come alongside body. The left hand can add a little bit of guidance to deepen the stretch on that inner left thigh. And to deepen, lift that right sole of foot off the mat, guiding the legs into the chest. Take a hold of the back of that right thigh, flexing through both feet. We're here for 4 breaths. And just being gentle with yourself throughout your practice. If it's the morning, the body seems a little bit tighter or stiff, or if we've sat at a desk all day, this is perfect to start to unwind the body. Inhale, let's reach that right sole of foot to the sky, flexing through the foot, getting nice and long through the back of the leg. Last breath here. And lowering that right sole of foot to the mat, keeping the posture, arms come out to a T or cactus. Exhale, spilling over to the right. Allow that left sole of foot to connect onto the mat. That left knee is pointing nice and high. Really squaring off through the shoulders. And then if you'd like to deepen, that right hand can connect onto the top of that left ankle, and the head may gaze to the left to follow. Again, nice deep exhale to soften. Inhale, head comes back through center, followed by both legs. Uncross, come back into that full body stretch. Exhale, guide the knees into the chest. Maybe a gentle rock from side to side, getting into the outer edges of the hips, the low back. And then coming back through center, hands go behind the backs of the thighs. Let's rock and roll north and south, front and back 4 times. Really feel each vertebrae start to connect as you roll forward and backwards. And then meeting in a nice, easy seat or Sukhasana posture. Crossing at the ankles. Just keeping nice and wide with the hips. Hands can come to the tops of the knees, palms facing up. I'm just coming into 5 breaths here. Maybe you gently close down the eyes, stacking shoulders over hips. As you inhale, think about reaching the crown of the head towards the ceiling, getting long with the spine. Exhale, sending your breath down and out the tailbone. 3 more like this at your own pace. Last inhale here, reaching tall. Exhale, lower the head down to the right side. Nice neck stretch here. Tucking chin to chest, roll the head and gaze down to the legs. And then over to the left. And just working with the neck, little mini half moon circles. Using your breath to guide the movement. Breathing behind the ears, down the neck, maybe into the shoulders. Once more. Letting tension melt out of the body. And then the head comes back through center, hands placed behind yourself on the mat. As you reach the chest forward, inhale, look up. Taking a nice breath into the heart center, squeeze the shoulder blades back, and maybe a little back bend. 2 breaths here. Open through the chest, opening through the heart. And exhale to soften, come back through center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus, bend through the elbows. Inhale, reach, take a hold of the right wrist with that left hand and hinge the body over to the left. A nice side body stretch here. Inhale through center, reaching the arms tall. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach, take a hold of that left wrist and hinge over to the right. Opening up through side body, finding length. And then inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, come down through heart center. 2 breaths here, feeling the thumbs connect into the chest. We're pressing our energy into the hands. And just charging the body for our practice. Bringing that intention back in. And then hands come in front of you. Pull yourself all the way forward to our tabletop position. Working through a few rounds of cat-cow. Option to tuck the toes for a nice stretch through the arches of the feet. Inhale, drop the belly. Shine the chest forward, flare the tailbone back. Exhale, round. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lift the gaze. Arch the back. Exhale, round. Pushing the floor away. Shoulders go all the way up to the sky. 2 more here. Think about a nice fluid wave motion of the spine. And exhale, send it back. Inhale, come back through tabletop. From here, if the toes aren't already tucked, tuck them, send the hips up and back to our first down dog. And from here, as we inhale, let's lift the heels nice and high, come up onto the tips of the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, send the hips back, down dog. 2 more like this. Inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend the knees, send the hips back, down dog. Breathing into the legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend, send back. Beautiful. From here, let's walk and pedal through the feet. See if you can breathe into the calves, into the ankles. Rolling through the feet. Again, being intentional with this small movement. And then coming back through center. Let's take 2 breaths here. In through the belly. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, pull yourself all the way forward to a nice high plank here. We're gonna shift our weight even further forward, so come onto the tips of the toes. The shoulders stack over top of the wrist. We're engaging through the legs, pulling the belly up towards the spine. A little bit of heat to activate through the body. One more breath here. And then lower the knees to the mat, followed by the chest. Untuck the toes, inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. 2 more, inhale, reach. Lifting with the chest, exhale, lower. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lower. Press through, back the knees, and into a nice wide-legged child's pose. Sink the hips nice and heavy. Melt the forehead down to the mat. And from here, we're gonna come up onto the fingertips. So tent through the palms. We're reaching long with the hands as we pull the shoulders back. Taking 2 breaths here, nice and active in this wide-legged child's pose. And then walking both hands over to the right hand side. Maybe you stack the left hand on top of the right. Shifting our breath to that left side body. Breathing into the left rib and lung. I know I'm feeling super tight through back body. So I'm just sending my breath to that area. Giving it some nice nourishment, support. Come back through center and walk the hands over to the left-hand side. Stack the right hand on top of the left. Shift your awareness and breath into that right side body now. Feel the expansion with every inhale. Come back through center. 2 more breaths here. Nice and soft with the arms, maybe the palms flip open. And allow the belly to hang heavy. Palms connect back onto the mat. And then gently press yourself back up through table. Tucking the toes, lift the hips up and back, down dog. From here, let's float that right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, open through the hip. Squaring off through the shoulders. And start to rotate that right knee in one direction. Rotating through the hip. And then rotating in the opposite direction. Inhale, extend that right leg nice and long. Exhale, come back to down dog. Other side, float that left leg nice and high as you inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open through the hip. Rotate the knee in one direction. And the opposite direction. Inhale, lift that leg nice and high. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Let's wave through to high plank. So as you inhale, come nice and high up on those toes. Roll through back body, tucking chin to chest, coming into a nice high plank. From here, as you exhale, bend through the knees. Send the hips up and back, down dog. 2 more, just like this. Inhale, roll. Exhale, send back. Inhale. Exhale. And then gaze forward, gently walk or hop to the front of the mat. Feet are gonna come out hip distance or mat distance apart. Toes facing out, heels facing in. Lower the hips down. Let's come into our Malasana posture. Hands come to heart center. We're growing nice and tall through the crown of the head, reaching the tailbone down to the mat. If you need added support, you can always use a block or a pillow to support underneath the sit bones. Again, we're pressing into the palms. Maybe you lower and close through the eyes. Let's take 4 breaths here. Soft through the hips and the glutes. Soft through the face. Last breath. Hands come down to the mat. Lift the hips up, straighten through the legs, heel to the feet, hip distance apart. And take a nice ragdoll posture. Maybe you take a hold of opposite elbows, bend through the knees, hang heavy. Again, option to stay in stillness, or you can bring a little sway from side to side. And come back through center. Allow the head to feel even more heavy. Two breaths here. Lower the hands down to the mat. And again, you can take a hold of that block if you need. We're gonna straighten through the right leg. Keep the left knee bent. The left hand is gonna stay nice and connected on the mat, your block, or even the top of that right shin if you can't reach the floor. And as you inhale, reach the right arm all the way up to the sky, twisting through back body. Keep reaching long, sending the hips back. 2 breaths. Exhale, bend through both knees, come back through center. Other side, straighten that left leg, bend through the right, plant the right hand down, inhale, reach the left arm up, open through the chest. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, bend through the knees. Inhale, roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae, ragdoll. Pull the navel to the back of the spine. Head comes last. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Once more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up. Lift the arms. Exhale, bow. Plant the hands. Step the feet back to that nice high plank to then lift the hips up and back, down dog. And pedal out through the dog here. Again, keep creating length through the legs. And float that right leg up and back. Stepping it through. Come into a nice low lunge here. Plant the left hand down to the mat, reach the right arm up to the sky. Option to drop that back left knee down to the mat. Inhale, reach with the arm. Exhale, sweep the arm back, followed by the gaze. Inhale, reach it forward. Nice circles through the shoulder. Inhale up, exhale, sweep. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, lift that right arm back up nice and high. Lower through that back left knee, and then press yourself all the way up. Right hand goes back, left arm goes forward. Twisting to the right. We're pulling the navel in, pulling the thighs in to create that support. 2 breaths. Inhale, gaze comes forward, followed by the arms. Interlace the fingers. The pointer fingers are pressing nice and high to the sky, or Ali Mudra here. Again, lift and grow tall through the spine. And then as you exhale, you can hinge a little deeper through the hips. Maybe you gaze to the top of the ceiling. 2 breaths here. Exhale, sweep the hands back down to the mat. Extend that front leg nice and long. Peel the toes off the mat. Our half pyramid here. Nice stretch through the hamstrings. Maybe you want to challenge yourself with a little bit of balance in today's practice. You can float the arms up, out, nice and long. Or you can bring the hands to the hips, but keep growing tall through the crown of the head. Pull the navel in. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Walk the hands back and step back, down dog. Other side, float that left leg nice and high as you inhale. Exhale, step it through. Plant the right hand down, reach the left arm up. Nice twist to the body. Again, option to bend that back knee down or keep it nice and engaged. Inhale, reach with the arm. Exhale, sweep back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep. Last one, inhale, reaching tall. Lower the back knee down. Engage to the core, press yourself up. Nice twist here. Sweep both arms forward, inhale. Gaze follows. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers nice and high. Grow tall through the body, and then hinge from the hips. Two breaths here. Exhale, sweep the hands, engage that front leg, peel the toes off the mat. Try to square off through the hips, reach through the heart. Again, option to stay here. You can challenge yourself. See if you can bring, a little wobbly on this side. Bring both arms out. Or you can bring them to the hips. 2 breaths. Walk the hands forward. Step back to your down dog. Paddle it out. Beautiful yogis. And from here, we're gonna come into our pigeon posture. So float that right leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, step it through. The right ankle comes to the left wrist. Right knee lowers to the right wrist. Scooch that back leg nice and long, and then lift through the chest. From here, you can use a block or support underneath that right hip. Growing nice and tall. Maybe you're staying here, you can lower down onto the forearms, onto a support, a block, or a bolster. I always like, again, to flip my palms open, encouraging myself to let go, and then lower through the neck and the shoulder. We're here for 5 breaths, yogis. This is a pretty intense posture. So again, just coming to your practice with love, with support, with nourishment. We're not punishing our body for being tight or not where we want to be today. This is exactly what we need. Indulge in your breath. Last breath here, nice inhale. Audible exhale. Gently press yourself back up. Remove any props off to the side because we're going to lower down onto that right hip to swing the left leg nice and long out in front of us. Sweep the right leg up and over top of that left leg. Grow nice and tall. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, wave and fold forward. 2 more. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, roll, walk the hands out. Once more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Take 2 breaths here. Gently and slowly walk yourself back up. Uncross that right leg, give the legs a nice little shake. Maybe rock from side to side. And then let's make our way back to our down dog. And other side, inhale, float that left leg nice and high. Exhale, coming into our pigeon. Growing tall, using support wherever you need here, yogis. Maybe again, this side is super tight. And just honoring each side where it is today. And lowering down if it's in your practice. 5 breaths wherever you are. Softening through the shoulders and the jaw. Last breath, nice inhale. Exhale to deepen and soften. Lift through the gaze, press yourself up. Remove any props, lower down onto that left hip, swing the right leg out in front. Crossing the left leg up and over top. Again, growing tall as you inhale, reaching through the crown of the head. Exhale, walk the hands forward, fold down as you exhale. Inhale, roll yourself back up, grow tall. Exhale, walk forward, letting go. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Holding here, 2 breaths. And then walk the hands towards the body, lift the gaze and the chest, and tuck that left leg, and pat the knees on the mat. Come back to our tabletop position, and this time we're gonna come into a closed-legged child's pose. So bringing the knees and the legs together, send the hips back. Hands can come behind and beside back body, lowering the head down. Allow the shoulders to roll forward. Just a nice break for the hips, for the body. Allowing yourself to soak in your practice. And just holding here for a few breaths. Inhale, breathing in through back body, feel the expansion. Exhale, letting it go. Last one, inhale. And exhale, soften. Gently start to lift the chest. Sitting up on the knees, grow tall with the spine. And then inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right, so the left hand comes to the top of that right knee, right hand comes behind you. Inhale through center, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, sweep the arms down. We're gonna come into our eagle arm. So the right arm comes underneath the left, crossing at the elbows. Try and hug to meet the palms to touch. If you can't, you can always bring the hands, the backs of the hands together. It's getting nice and close here as you inhale, lift the shoulders, pulling them away from the body. Nice stretch through the shoulders. Here for 3 breaths. Again, breathing through the back body, the backs of the shoulders to find expansion, pushing out the tension and tightness. Exhaling to soften. And as you exhale, uncross the arms, reach them up. And then exhale, sweep. Left arm comes underneath the right, cross at the elbows, and see if you can bring the palms to touch. Inhale, lift the shoulders. The elbows are pulling away from the body. Last breath. Exhale, uncross. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, come down through our center. 2 breaths. Little mini check-in. How are you doing? How is your breath moving and flowing through the body? And sweeping the legs out in front of you. Let's make our way down onto the back. Lowering vertebrae by vertebrae. And guiding the knees into the chest for a squeeze. Well-deserved hug. Maybe a gentle rock from side to side. Coming back through neutral, soles of feet connect back to the mat. Knees are pointing nice and high to the sky. Arms come alongside body, palms facing down. We're gonna work through 3 bridge pulses just to open up through the front of the hips, the heart, the chest. Inhale, press down through the feet, down through the palms. Roll the spine up, lift the hips high. Exhale, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. 2 more. Inhale, rolling up, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale. Squeeze and lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful job. Soles of feet come to touch. Knees spill away from one another, coming into our Supta Baddha Konasana, our reclined butterfly. Arms can stay alongside body. They can come out, taking up space. Or you can bring the right hand to the belly, left hand to the heart. Just starting to connect the energy full circle. Take a nice grounding breath in through the top of the head. Exhale, send the breath down the body, out the toes. Flushing anything that is no longer serving you. Inhale. Exhale, send the breath down the body, out the toes. Last one. Exhaling it out. And just taking a moment of gratitude here. Thanking yourself for being on your mat. Let that gratitude rush from head to toe, filling every inch of your body with that strong, vibrant, high energy. Three more breaths. See with every exhale if you can soften and surrender just a little bit further. Gently guiding the hands to the backs of the thighs, lifting the knees to touch, knocking the knees in as you heel toe the feet mat distance apart. The hands can rest wherever they feel most comfortable. Just a nice flush internal rotation of the hip joints. Heel to the feet back hip distance apart. Let's come back into that big, beautiful full body stretch. Reach the legs long. Lift the arms up, point through the toes, arch the back. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Finding your final version of Shavasana here, yogis. Take up space, get nice and cozy and comfortable. Let's take this final moment to allow the body to just be exactly the way it is, free of any judgment or expectations. Loving it unconditionally. Love yourself enough to relax. Our bodies react to the world around us and within us in many ways. Our bodies act like sponges. They can soak up healing energy, or they can absorb and trap the negative energy of stress and tension. Some of us are so used to keeping our bodies tense and bound up that we don't even notice how much they hurt, how strained and tight our muscles are. Learn to relax. If you've been soaking up too much stress, give yourself a break. Let your body start soaking up some healing energy too. Love yourself enough to help your body relax. Taking one last big belly breath as we end our practice together. In through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead or nighttime sleep. From my light to yours, namaste.